Hey guys, I'm Mimi. I'm a single autistic mommy of two beautiful autistic boys and a domestic violence survivor. And I want to talk to you today about my landlords. My very, very terrible predatory landlords. Before I show you my TikToks, I am going to give you a brief summary. So, when they bought my apartment building, they agreed they were going to fix anything and follow my lease. A little while into them owning my building, they gave me a 2-week eviction notice on the guise of cash for keys. And then they turned around and gave me an option to move into here, saying this is the only spot they had. Well, we basically walked in, barely anything worked. It smelled like roaches and the floor was still dirty. It was gross. It was so bad. Refrigerator didn't work. The fucking hot water didn't work. The dryer didn't work. Plumbing was bad. Everything kept backing up. So bad that by September, I couldn't even use my basement bathroom downstairs at all because it was full of rocks and caca and clothing fibers. Like it was really gross. And throughout this whole entire experience between June to September, I kept putting in tickets, and they just, the first set of tickets disappeared. They sent out a black guy for the plumbing the first time, and he told them to never move anybody in. We never saw him again because I slipped up and turned around and told Triangle Property Management. That's what he told me. Yeah. And then all in this whole entire process, I finally put in October for a reduction in rent because I'm over here suffering. I can't really use my bathrooms. Like, my tub upstairs keeps flooding, and I have to, like, stand in my own, I don't even know what type of water. And it was so bad, guys. I'm so serious. Like, I would be taking a shower, trying to shower in my kitchen, would, like, back up to, like, my shins. It was so gross. So with that being said, you know, by the way, by then they were basically refusing, oh my God. They were basically refusing to basically fix anything. At one point, after me calling 311 a second time, they turned around and said that if I signed a piece of paper that agreed that everything was done, they would actually come out and fix stuff. What? Also, in that same conversation, he tried to gaslight me out of my lease. Daniel did. Yeah. He tried to gaslight me out of my lease. So when I first came through the phone, he was basically like, so you emailed us about wanting to get out of your lease? I never emailed them. And then it progressed into them just not calling, or there was no shows, there was no follow-ups. By the way, you'll see all of that in the TikToks because I show proof. So after that, I eventually in November decided, I was like, fuck this. Are you kidding me? Like, what is this? I was like, you know what? I'm not paying rent. And then I turned around and I was like, okay, well, I got to tell y'all I'm not paying rent and putting it into escrow. It took 3 months for them to fix everything. Well, not everything, because the cabinet downstairs, you know, it still has mold growing in it because they didn't replace it. Yeah, it was sitting in water. I'm talking about the sink was flooding, the toilet was flooding, the bathtub was flooding. All of it's still having remnants of fecal matter, by the way. And they pretty much refused to replace that. So as they're trying to tell the judges that I was making it impossible for them to enter the property. And I was just like, bro, I told you, Ben told you I needed afternoon time slots because my kids are night owls. And so am I. Not by force. My kids just naturally, for some reason, don't sleep until like 6 o'clock in the morning. Even when I've tried other things to get them to go to sleep earlier, and it just hasn't worked. And I just kind of go with the flow because I'm a stay-at-home mom. They completely disregarded me. And they sold me on the fact that this was a 2-bedroom, right? It's not a 2-bedroom. My other room doesn't even have a door. It's just the archway. I can't even put up a baby gate. Like, that's how bad it is. Like, it just crumbles. It just falls apart every time you stick a screw in there. But yeah, no, pretty much they tried to screw me on everything. And they kept using the same BS excuse that I was making it hard for them to get into the property when they were completely disregarding my reasonable accommodations. Don't worry, they got reported to all the proper channels. But that's the end of that. My little synopsis of my experience. Let the old me show y'all all of the schnizzles I have to go through. Thank you for watching, and if you want to skip past this, I completely understand. But like, I really want y'all to understand that Triangle Property Management, don't rent from them. They go after poor people, they go after vulnerable people, and they're predatory and they're liars. Reviews will show that too. Okay, we're gonna go do the videos from TikTok now. Bye. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm sweating my ass off. So I moved into this new apartment while being informed it would be move-in ready. When the AC units that we were promised, it would be in unit and provided by them, not here. Nowhere to be found. Not even in the basement. There's a dehumidifier. My refrigerator doesn't work. When I say it doesn't work, I'm talking about you can open it, you can see the lights, right? But there is no cold air. You go downstairs, I check the other appliances. My dryer doesn't work. When I say don't work, I'm talking about like, you can hear it spinning, but there's no heat at all. I don't mean to sound ungrateful. I'm very grateful, but like this, the bad start. A really bad start. My babies are hot. I have one fan, it's a mini fan. I've had it on my two kids most of the day. Like, it's, when I tell you, why do people like this? For money? Like, what gratification do you get by screwing people over? I've paid my rent faithfully this whole entire time, even with Pangea, and this is what I keep getting. Yes, there's no mold. I have hardwood floors, a working stove. Yeah, there's plus sides, but the downsides kind of suck. They're an immediate what the fuck. Lord. I really gotta figure out how to make money, because I can't keep doing this to my kids or myself. Guys, when I say I'm fed up, I am fed up already. Like, this comment takes you back to the first video, but like, no hot water, my refrigerator, my dryer doesn't work. Like, it's just too much. And somebody was supposed to come fix it yesterday. Didn't hear from nobody. Somebody was supposed to come fix it today. Haven't heard from anybody. And by the way, my food for my kids is still in my first apartment. And to make it even worse, we walked in and like they didn't clean nothing. The floor was covered in dirt, like sawdust, all types of things. I stepped on glass multiple times. And like, I had to blow these people's phone up. And the guy that's financial, by the way, he could have told me he was only financial. He did not. I've been texting him about my refrigerator. And instead of him passing that information on, he didn't tell anybody. So like, now it's almost 2 o'clock and I'm waiting for somebody to come fix my water heater in my refrigerator. I've heard from nobody. Not a single person. Like, they literally rushed me out of my old apartment into this apartment, saying it was going to be ready, and it's not. And, like, I just don't know what to do at this point. Like, they literally sold me a pipe dream, which I knew was bullshit, but, like, the other apartment's full of fucking mold and roaches and mice. So this was a step up, but the problem is, there's a lot of things wrong with this fucking apartment, too. I'm pissed. excuse my language, but like I'm mad. I'm so mad, you guys. Like I'm over it. I'm over it. Like they're trying to save themselves from a lawsuit with the other apartment, but like, bro, no. Hey guys, so a weekend they finally fixed all of the very obvious issues. The dryer works, my fridge works, but now here comes the hard part. I had to talk to the guy named Daniel. He's financial, and to be honest, I'm owed a whole lot more than $1,000 because it was supposed to be cash for keys, and I was supposed to move on the 30th. But of course, I couldn't move out because my food was in the second apartment, and he seems to be very stiff. So now I have to figure out how to go about having this conversation with him because you owe me more than $1,000. I need compensation for all of everything that's gone on. Because like literally, I was told it was going to be move-in ready, and it wasn't. So wish me luck, guys, and let's see what happens. And bye. Have a great day. Let me tell you this. No. Triangle Property Management is trash. Literally, not only did they make me pay when I moved in, but he was attempting. Yes, his name is Daniel. Triangle Property Management. Go look them up. Okay? He was attempting to not give me the cash for keys because we stayed in the portfolio, and then switched up, right? And then I was told him that I was stressed out, and he said, well, call me back with a number and we'll talk about it. I get back on the phone with him, with my partner, and he says, well, there will be no negotiation. So I paid $1,000 to move in here for the first month's rent, which should have been free after all I went through, right? Just to move in for nothing to work. The refrigerator broken, half of my food went to waste. The dryer doesn't work. The fucking floor was covered in filth. Whatever they left over, they didn't even clean up, right? And then to turn around, so much was not working. Hot water wasn't working. There was no ACs. Plumbing backed up less than a couple days of us being here. And when they sent out the plumber, he said, well, this is only a temporary fix. They been knew this, and they need to send out a contractor to fix it. So they been knew about the plumbing situation. And then with the whole cash for keys thing, told me to give him an offer and call him back. I call him back. I'm like, I want $2,500 because to be honest, this is ridiculous. Oh, no, we can't give you more than $1,000. So you're telling me the only thing you're going to give me is my rent back? Because that's all you're doing. All you're doing is giving me my rent back. Well, there's still so many more complications for my apartment. I can't even take a full shower without the fucking tub backing up to my feet. And now my washer machine doesn't work. Everything they gave us, they put into this apartment, was used. While I was informed that the apartment would be ready, moving ready, and that everything was new. Lies. And then when we get a new refrigerator, they downgraded my refrigerator because the other one had 2 doors side by side with an ice and water. Now I've got a regular standard refrigerator that was far smaller than the first one. These people are terrible. And I'm going to go put my rent into escrow. I'm going to go to legal aid, and I'm suing everybody. Because this is unacceptable. I'm fed up. Literally, I don't feel safe in my own apartment. I believe my leasing or my property management entered my apartment without my permission and left with some stuff. They took out compost, and now the cat that belongs to my partner is gone. She's not even my cat. I don't understand, because whoever did it, they entered and left within a minute. And by the way, they relocked the fucking door. I don't even feel comfortable or safe in my own living space because there was no emergency. There was no reason for them to come in and do what they did. And I'm trying not to cry, but I'm really fucking upset. Like, you come in and you either let the cat out or you snatch a cat that doesn't even belong to you. The cat didn't even belong to me. It was my partner's, who comes over every, like, for a couple days straight and then goes home. Like, I don't feel comfortable living here. And then the cops refused to let me file a report because there's no evidence and nobody broke the door in, and I didn't see who it was. They entered with a key, and I can't even check the camera footage because the camera footage at the back door isn't even mine. It belongs to property management, and I can't even contact them. And I'm trying to remain calm, but I don't feel comfortable that anybody could have walked in and did whatever. And the fact is, they closed, they locked the fucking door. I don't even think it's legal for them to do that. Good morning, Triangle Property Management is back at it again. So, after that whole scare on Friday and it being a Jewish holiday, me not being able to contact them, I decided to start looking for reviews and information on this company. Well, I found one review, and it was a lady who was complaining about how terrible these people were and how she's been living her same building for 4 years and how she will never renew her lease with these people, ever. She was talking about her refrigerator and how terrible the process and everything has been with these people. Well, I decided to post my review because I was just like, you know, if somebody else is also having a hard time with them, I'm going to tell people that these people are not good people. So, of course, I posted mine, and then at the end I said, they also like to enter your property without permission or warning. And it wasn't an emergency, so why were you here? Well, I was about to check Sunday because I wanted to see if I could find more on this company, which you barely can find anything. Anything, y'all, anything. So with that being said, right, I went back to search and I couldn't find my review. I was like, did they delete my review? No, they took themselves off of Google. You can't even review them. When you type in their address, nothing pops up. Nothing. Like, are you serious right now, man? And they have a camera back there. I'm telling you, if they don't let me see the footage or let me report the footage to the police, I'm gonna absolutely motherfucking know they're the ones who came into my apartment, or they paid somebody to come into my apartment. I'm fed up. I don't understand how people can be like this. I just don't get it. Because I could never myself. At all. By the way, you can barely find any information. The owner doesn't even have his picture posted on LinkedIn. Like, you can't really find anything on these people. And it's wild. I don't know what else to do besides to go up and put my rent into escrow, because this is shady. And it's extremely scary. Because I really believe they were attempting to come in and put all of my stuff out. Which is also illegal. That's what I believe. And they didn't get the chance because my alarm system went off. Triangle Property Management back at it again. So I went to go put in more requests for the issues that are still ongoing, right? And all of my requests are gone. Let me show you what I mean, right? I'm going to show you guys what it looked like before versus what it looks like now. So this is the first one, right? This is from my old apartment. This is from the new apartment. Right? When I went to go check back to go re-update the already there tickets, I'm going to show you guys what it looked like. Well, of course, there's new tickets now, but where did all my tickets go? You see that those are new. Those are new. Where did the rest of my tickets go? Literally, there's nothing there. It's so strange because if I needed to take them to court and I didn't have the proof, they literally could just say that I never put in any request. Why even do this? Because if you're not doing anything wrong, you have nothing to hide. So now I'm frustrated because what the am I supposed to do about this? I have no clue. Because this is wild. I had a whole list of tickets, but then to have absolutely no tickets.